Hey, thanks for joining us on 13 News at noon. I'm Jenna Webster. Matt Standridge is staying late with us today. And we got all the rain out of the way yesterday. Just nice, bright, sunny Friday Eve for us.
I wanted to stick around because I'm just shouting from the rooftops how nice this forecast is.
I know. I just want to maybe take my lunch outside after this.
Some of our coworkers already stole the bench, but maybe we can get...
We'll fight them for it.
We need to. It is wonderful out there. I hope you have a chance to get outside because temperatures are quickly climbing already with a lot of sun and a little bit of haze. But hey, that sun's going right through it. No worries out there. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s and upper 70s at that for many of us. We're going to be quickly warming up throughout the day today. We're talking about knocking on the doorstep of 80 degrees right now. The question is, how far in the 80s can we go? I went ahead and boosted the high temperature just a little bit because we are off to the races. There's just a very light northeasterly breeze, making sure the humidity doesn't get too crazy. And the humidity will actually continue to drop the next couple of days. We only have a little bit of humidity because of the rainfall yesterday. But I tell you what, I don't have any rain chances for you for a while. But right now we're in the upper 70s to pushing 80 degrees right now in White County. You guys did it around Monticello. It's 78 in Tipton, same in McCordsville, Eagle Creek 78. Good morning, good afternoon now in Carmel. It's 75, 77 in Newcastle, and still holding on to 60s in Columbus. But I think that'll update here in just a moment. But we are mainly clear. Enjoy quiet weather. But coming up, Jen, I'm going to be talking about this high pressure and how long it's going to block any storm systems from coming in. That forecast in a bit.
All right. Thanks, Matt. We'll check in just a few minutes. Well, this afternoon, we know that a former Indiana state employee is facing charges of theft and official misconduct. Court records say Stephen L. Harris was charged on January 14th following an investigation by the Indiana Office of the Inspector General. They say Harris used state time and a state-issued car in, quote, ways inconsistent with his official duties. Both charges are level 6 felonies and carry a potential sentence of 2.5 years. Harris's pretrial conference is set for Tuesday, June 2nd. The city county councilors are considering approving a new proposal to protect the privacy of its members. Logan Gay was at a meeting last night where councilors discussed just how much access is too much.
The Ethics Committee passed the proposal, but it wasn't a unanimous vote. In fact, the conversation centered on the line between transparency and what simply comes with the job. For years, members of the Indianapolis City County Council have publicly shared their home and business addresses. But that could soon change after the Ethics Committee voted to move forward with a proposal that would stop council members from having to disclose that information publicly.
People want to be able to serve, and if they're threatened, then that is something that would deter some folks. And I think there's some really good leaders out there that may not run if this is something, is an issue that could be down the road.
The proposal comes after Councilor Ron Gibson's home was shot at dozens of times in April, following a controversial data center vote. Investigators say the suspect also left behind a note reading, "No data center." In a previous interview, Gibson said the experience changed how he thinks about balancing public access with personal safety.
Prior to the political violence in my home, I would have said to you, I think I want to be open and honest about where I live and where my community is and where my house is and where my child goes to school, all that good stuff. I think it's important that the public knows who I am. But since the political violence on my home, I think I've had second thoughts about that.
Some committee members acknowledge the proposal likely won't stop people from finding addresses online, but they say it is a step toward protecting elected officials and their loved ones.
This is simply a result of the current political climate that we're in, which I think is very unfortunate. Speak as someone who has received the death threats, the swatting threats, pipe bomb threats.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
The proposal passed 4-1. Councilor Frank Mascari cast the only no vote.
I think we need to be open with our constituents. I have people come to my business two to three times a week over issues, and I try to take care of them. I want to be available to them.
Next, the proposal will go to the full city council for a vote before it can be adopted. In Indianapolis at the City County Building, Logan Gay, 13 News.
The next City County Council meeting is coming up at 7 o'clock Monday night. Meanwhile, the shooting at Councilman Ron Gibson's house is still under investigation. Police have not made any arrests. Right now, the Grant County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a body was found inside a burned car. This happened around 5:30 Wednesday morning. That car was found near East County Road 852 South, engulfed in flames. Once the fire was out, officers found human remains in the driver's seat. Those remains they haven't identified yet. The car does have a Texas registration. As we learn more about this ongoing investigation, we'll be sure to update you on air and online at WTHR.com. The trial date for a man accused of murdering a Beech Grove police officer is now pushed back more than 3 years. Kenneth Johnson's attorneys agreed to a new date that'll be September 10th, 2029. Johnson is charged with shooting and killing Officer Brian Elliott. Officer Elliott was responding to a domestic dispute when he was killed. Another officer was also hurt in that shooting. If you drive through Indy's north side, you may notice your route has probably changed again. That's all due to phase 3 of the Level Up 31 project. So these recent changes close the southbound lanes coming from Hamilton County. The off-ramps from 465 onto northbound 31 are closed. The purpose of this years-long project is expanding the interchange. They want to make it safer and more efficient. And DOT is asking drivers, of course, got to be patient, slow down, and pay attention as this project moves forward. During phase 3, northbound 31 will stay open, but it can be tricky to navigate those shifting lanes. This is all going to be in effect until the late fall, when phase 4 will round out the project. Happening today, Indy DPW is planning some more strip patching work. Crews will be on Mass Ave between Delaware and Davidson Streets today and tomorrow. Work is going to start at 4 a.m. both days and wrap up in the afternoon. So if you're in the area, be aware of some temporary lane and parking restrictions in that work zone. And an update to a story we've been following. Indiana conservation officers now say those track chairs that were stolen from Fort Harrison State Park have been returned. Here's a look at what those chairs look like. They're mobility devices allowing expanded access to parks for those that need it. The motorized chairs were stolen at the beginning of the month, along with some other items. The Department of Natural Resources is now thanking everyone for helping out that investigation. But there are still 2 stolen Vietnam War era helmets that they're looking for. Another update at noon, an exercise group is heading back to their original location at Lawrence Community Park. We're talking about the Hill Exercise Group. This comes after their Memorial Day gathering was unexpectedly moved due to a large crowd size. Brandon Beasley with Triple Blessed Inc. announced the news, saying in part, quote, "After a solid meeting this morning with the mayor of Lawrence's team, I'm proud to officially announce a partnership between Triple Blessed Inc. and the city of Lawrence. This partnership allows us to continue bringing the community free workouts twice a week while making sure everything is done the right way, so this movement can continue to grow safely and properly for everybody involved."